That's right, wrestling fans. There's a new rising superstar in NXT, and his name is Trick Williams. From being just a sidekick mid-card wrestler to a bona fide main eventer superstar in NXT, it's just a matter of time before he becomes the new face of NXT. Imagine that Trick was just a bodyguard for Apollo Crews back then. Yes, you heard that right. Trick has been on the WWE for a long time now. And that's just one of the many things you didn't know about Trick Williams. How did he emerge as an NXT superstar? What are the WWE's future plans for Trick? I'm ready to give you all of those details and more. So let's dive right into it. Before being Trick Williams, he was just Matrick Mondre Belton, born in Columbia, South Carolina. Unlike any other wrestler, Trick has not come from a family of wrestlers, but he did come from a sport that many of the brightest WWE stars like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns actually played. Football. With such a great physique at such a young age, Trick excelled in football. He even played for the Hampton Pirates in 2013, before transferring to play for the South Carolina Gamecocks from 2014 to 2016. Despite his incredible build, Trick would not flourish in his college football career, just catching 11 passes for 121 yards, which all came from just one season in 2015. Trick played for 21 games throughout college and actually started in 5 of them. Trick tried his luck to get into the National Football League, but ultimately went undrafted in 2017. It was a heartbreaking roadblock for Trick, but after failing to achieve his goal, Trick told himself he needed to shift to something that he knew how to do well. So he started a new job as an assistant coach and student teacher intern at Airport High School in his hometown of Columbia, South Carolina. But in 2018, Trick would have another shot at his professional football dream as he was recruited to play in the Spring League. Right after that, he also attended the Philadelphia Eagles rookie minicamp on a tryout basis. But for the second time in his life, the NFL rejected him, as he was not able to get signed and placed onto a team's practice squad in the league. It was yet another roadblock for Trick, but just like the old saying goes, when one door closes, it opens another. And that other path for Trick was pro wrestling. With Trick's incredible physique, it would be easy for him to transition to wrestling. His first step towards achieving his newly found dream was at the Combat Zone Wrestling Academy in New Jersey. It's actually a promotion that is based around an ultra-violent style of wrestling, focusing on aggression and explosive moves. Here, Trick learned the basics of wrestling, which honed him to be a premier performer inside the wrestling ring. And after years of training under CZW, unlike his stint with football, he actually made it to the big leagues. In February of 2021, Matrick Belton had been a part of wrestling history, and his career hadn't even started yet. The WWE Performance Center achieved an historic feat by having the largest recruit class in history, and it's been arguably their most successful recruiting class to date. Just who were their recruits, you might ask? Oh, well, they were just a bunch of future superstars is all. Braun Breaker, Zoe Stark, Cora Jade, and even the megastar LA Knight. Being called upon in the Performance Center, WWE gave him the name Trick Williams, coming from his first name, Trick. But joining and being recruited to the WWE was just half the battle. It's now time to prove his worth, to prove that he's the next big thing, to prove that he has the charisma, the wrestling skills, and the personality to have what it takes to be a WWE superstar. After months of honing his skills and solidifying his persona at the WWE's Performance Center, Trick's inevitable debut in NXT came. Oh, wait a second. Before that, I forgot to mention one important thing. There's another future NXT superstar who got recruited to the Performance Center at the same time Trick did, Carmelo Hayes. Yep, that's right, the same Carmelo Hayes who allegedly assaulted Trick Williams backstage a few weeks ago. Do you think Carmelo actually assaulted Trick? Let me know what you think actually happened in the comments below. Way before Trick even debuted on NXT, Melo was creating waves in NXT, being hailed as the young golden boy, the future of NXT. After Melo won the 2021 NXT Breakout Tournament for a shot at the NXT title, he decided that he needed someone on his corner, a person who he could trust. And you guessed it, Trick Williams was his man. On October 5th, 2021, Trick Williams made his in-ring debut, being the bodyguard of Melo, as they also beat up Duke Hudson inside the ring, turning Melo and Trick into heel characters in their storyline. The two formed the Trick Melo gang, wreaking havoc in NXT. When Melo shoots, he surely does not miss. With their charismatic promos, Trick Melo gang has become one of the must-see segments on NXT. With Trick Williams in Melo's corner, Melo became the face of NXT. The Trick Melo gang was booming, having legendary feuds with the likes of Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis, Solo Sikoa, Apollo Crews, and Ricochet. Melo won the NXT North American Championship and even the NXT Championship, with Trick Trick doing all of the dirty work. They are the face of NXT. The two of them stuck together like family, but unfortunately, it wasn't for long. After nearly 2 years of being loyal to Melo and being seen as a sidekick and bodyguard, Trick had had enough. Melo got all the gold, the North American Championship, and the NXT title, but Trick got nothing. He was the Robin to Melo's Batman. So in the August 1st episode of NXT, Trick revealed that he wanted to be on his own, to make a name for himself. He wanted to get out from under Melo's shadow, and whoop, that Trick was born. The fans loved it, and the storyline was great. From a mere sidekick wanting to make a name for himself, that's just what Trick deserves. And just 2 months after going solo, Trick just became the #1 contender for the NXT North American title. Just like that, he skyrocketed into the title picture. Trick was so over with the fans, chanting, "Whoop that Trick." In the NXT No Mercy, Trick had done it. All his life, he was rejected from the NFL and went from being a sidekick to a champion as he defeated Dominik Mysterio for the title. The crowd went nuts, and finally, Trick was the champion for 3 whole days. WWE did him dirty, as he lost his title just 3 days later to Dominik again. Many fans were livid. Why would they make Trick win in the first place? Well, this is just my opinion, but let me tell you what the WWE wants to do with Trick. Forget the North American Championship. That's just for mid-carders. I think WWE knew that Trick was a fan favorite, so they capitalized on it. They put him in the main event, the NXT Championship picture, which also has his former partner Carmelo Hayes involved. With Cody Rhodes being a guest general manager on NXT, he made a decision that shook up the entire NXT. Cody added Trick Williams to the triple threat match for the #1 contender for the NXT title between Baron Corbin, Dijak, and Carmelo Hayes. Trick will be facing his former partner for the very first time. But just before the match started, Trick was mysteriously attacked backstage, preventing him from competing in the Fatal 4-Way. Who could have attacked Trick? Well, of course, we all know who it was. It was Carmelo Hayes, like I mentioned earlier in the video. It's a feud that makes a lot of sense. WWE executives had a reason to strip Trick of his North American Championship. They won him in the main event. All that was left to do was to give Melo the title once again and reveal that he was the one who attacked Trick, making Melo the ultimate heel in NXT. When he shoots, he doesn't miss. With this feud, Trick will become the ultimate babyface. Have him get cheated by Melo on their matches, cut promos that he was just a sidekick, just a shadow, and build the momentum and intensity. It's a perfect feud worthy of the title picture. The NXT title would add so much more importance to the feud. Just imagine what a pop Trick would receive if he were the one who dethroned Melo for the NXT World Championship. Thousands of WWE fans would chant, "Whoop that Trick." With the current NXT champion, Ilya Dragunov, being advertised on Raw, it's more and more obvious that they're going in the direction of Melo once again winning the title. But when is the WWE going to pull the trigger and make this feud official? Maybe Shawn Michaels will drag it out and make Trick participate in more matches to give him the momentum he needs. They need to build him into the ultimate babyface the NXT needs. He will become an instant superstar. But for now, all we can do is wait. Wait for the inevitable feud between Melo and Trick. Imagine the Trick Melo gang going at it inside the wrestling ring. It would be a spectacle to watch. Are you ready? The future of not just the NXT, but the entire WWE is here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and get notified of our next video.